Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. My 6 viewers, 5 of those viewers being my other 5 channels that I stopped doing. So, hi Mom. So, I'm sure this video won't get me any more views or subs, but I'm thinking here, reflecting on where I should put my money and maybe then where you should put yours. When you have a lot of gains, you think, should I take these profits or, should I go for more gains from this position? It's human nature to want to hold on to things. And it's crazy out there, guys. I mean, everything going to the moon, right? All the crypto, all the NFTs, all the bull runs. Like, what do you make of it? Like, do you get overwhelmed? What's human nature to get overwhelmed? We can't process this much information, this many changes. We're going into a new stage of evolution. That stage being cryptomation overload. So I started this channel as an investing and finance ideas tips channel, but it seems to be that cryptomation, is that a word? I don't know, I just made it up. Crypto information is far more interesting than just investing. So it seems that we're going into this like late stage of an early bull run. Things can go parabolic and then fall off as they always do whenever you look at a crypto chart. It doesn't appear to be like a stock market chart. You see these crazy to the moon parabolas and then they just crash down. I don't think anyone is, behind the scenes pulling secret levers or whatever like they do on Wall Street, like the hedge fund guys and stuff and the institutions. And in the world of crypto, yeah, there are whales. There's people who pump and dump and but I don't think anyone can guess like how far the bull market's going to go. What's going to happen to Bitcoin? What's going to happen to all the other coins on the list? I think your guess is as good as Sheldon's or as good as Becker's guess. Nobody knows. And that's the nature of a market, a real market, a decentralized market. What happens, if this Bitcoin ETF actually gets approved? Is it approved? I don't know. There are people making $10K a week just flipping NFTs, like all over the place, So it's late in the sense that the bull run has been going on for some time and it might peak soon. We've seen Bitcoin go from whatever, 30,000 to 60,000. 100,000? I mean, everybody thinks so. Then there will be profit taking. There will be a crash from there. Will Ethereum go past 10,000? Of course. How easy will it be for a regular person to get into NFTs who doesn't hold ETH if ETH is 10,000? I know I have friends who could, they could set up a MetaMask wallet probably, but they'd have a really difficult time kind of understanding the concept of like digital apes having babies and producing passive income, or buying a token that gives you the right to rent a character in a game, or why there's so many damn different NFTs and projects going on at the same time. Like any crackhead in his garage can just start a metaverse, Metaverses are like the garage bands of 2020. But it's early in the sense that the whole digital asset class or classes of crypto are still like in their infancy, stock market's been running the same way for like over 100 years, right? Well, how long? All the stock market. The crypto market has only been running for what, 10 years, Now either people are going to dominate the world and we're going to have 2 different classes of people emerging here. The haves and the have-nots. The haves will be people who own all the assets in the digital realms, and then the have-nots will be those who don't. We may see people who become way richer than Jeff Bezos in the next decade, or we may not. We may just have a bunch of nerds who collect games and pictures, who also happen to have millions of dollars in tokens that they never cash out because buying Lamborghinis are passé. Crypto is new. NFTs are new. DeFi is new. But what will win? What will lose? This is interesting. This beautiful new project is interesting. This guy that came out from Hustler magazine, Jungle Freaks by Trodsley, really looks cool. But I would personally rather have one of these Jungle Freaks hanging in my game room in real life rather than on the screen on the internet. But then people on the internet can say, well, WealthBringer, he owns Jungle Freak number 2537. I don't own any Jungle Freaks. And where's the CNBC of crypto? Like, damn it, that's the biggest untapped news media opportunity in the world right now. Come on. Like, we need a crypto channel that runs 24/7, 365, talking about what's going on. There's constant developments in so many sectors, And there's CoinMarketCap and coinmarketcal.coms, and then they have plenty of data and plenty of other news sources, plenty of data, news and prices, YouTube channels all over the place. But where's the HGTV of crypto? Crypto all day, crypto all night, crypto all trading, developing, minting, shilling, pumping, pamping, dumping, damping. And where is that channel, Rupert Murdoch? Come on, man. Give me a job. I'll be your main shill. DeFi, gaming, stablecoins, shitcoins, altcoins, NFTs. There's just so much activity. Like, have you been on a Discord lately? It's like every neuron inside of a giant, insane brain all exploded at the exact same time. If you get into crypto now, you're going to be looked at as one of the OGs in 2030, or if you're already in crypto now. I mean, most people are. It's like when the natives sold Manhattan to the British for $25 worth of beaver pelts in 1600. I don't know. Did that actually happen? I don't know my history. I should learn it. History is pretty exciting, pretty interesting. But we're making history, People buying land in the sandbox today, are they the Astor Place people of the Manhattans of tomorrow? Are we at that stage? I think so. I don't know. Maybe people buying all these different NFTs are going to be left with rotting piles of digital garbage. Maybe you spent $1 million on a crypto, a cyberkongs that was supposed to make $1,000 a day in passive income, but then the babies that crapped out are just going to be banana poop. I don't know. It'll be worth nothing in 1 year. I don't know. No, that won't happen. That's not going to happen, right? It's the hype. The hype is that's gonna fund this. The hype is gonna turn into true fundamentals. Hype builds a foundation of a new society. That's the way it works, man. These are the next moguls, the people getting in now. These are the robber barons, the early adopters. These are the people who left Britain and then moved to New York and Connecticut, and they got the free plots of land in Iowa in the early 1800s. Free plot of land, $1 or whatever. Free airdrop, maybe you should take the time to study and learn crypto finance, so that no matter what your passion is, no matter whether it's, whether it be playing the fiddle in the town square or catching the big wave in Oahu or raising a family of 20 kids, like on that TV show 8's Enough from the 1970s, maybe you should always have $1 billion in your back pocket just so that you can do any of those things for the rest of your life, And the stock market, like I said, it's been running like this for 100 years, There's no FOMO. There's no fear of missing out. If the whole cryptosphere, the whole cryptoverse is based on fear of missing out, that's a huge caveat. It's massively built on hype and FOMO. There's use cases for so many projects. Decentralizing finance and decentralizing power is super important and super empowering, and that is the ultimate outcome. To detach from the tyrannical overstructures. However, besides that, all the crypto verses where people are spending millions of dollars to buy digital pictures of apes and 8-bit avatars, if that's all based on hype and FOMO, it could literally all just completely collapse, and then when everybody gets bored and leaves, is the whole thing just going to fall apart? And then the people at the top just fall the furthest, people who should have stayed in Apple, Almost certain it'll never will because of all the surrounding structures that are tied into it, but it could, Honestly, would you feel better with the real Rembrandt actually hanging in your front hall or with it sitting on a computer screen? Now I know if it's on the computer screen, you're flexing it to the whole world, right? Everybody in this world can look and say, oh goodness, Joe Schmo Crypto Bro, he owns Daft Punk number 6969, but I personally feel much more rewarded with tangible art hanging in my actual house. I could care less who sees it or knows that I own it. I suppose that's selfish. I'm not sharing it in a gallery, in a museum to think that way, but it's definitely not show-offy. These asset classes, they're new, but are they real? Of course they're real. At least virtually they're real, but it could totally collapse at any point, I suppose. So what's the value of all this? What's the value? The value is that we're merging into a new world or worlds, new stages of evolution. And the value is what we put on it collectively, but also what we see in it. Is it more important to sit in your house and look at numbers change on your screen to bring your net worth up to $1 million? Or is it more important to go for a walk in the woods with your dog and have a picnic with your family? I think both are important, And it's very easy to get overwhelmed in the new digital economy of Web 3.0. But what is really going to be fun is when we're in Ready Player One or Ready Bike Rider #1. And you can go for a jaunt in a virtual metaverse that offers us possibilities that our plain old boring, mundane, regular world can't give us, Like flying giant monsters that we can poke in the air with sticks, or rivers that we can canoe on in the sky, That's the real value of the new digital age. I think so. Should you invest in it? Well, you'd be an ape not to. So, maybe it's time to be a digital ape instead. That's all I got to say about that.
Build it up every day from the start all the way. Get down off your horse, electric black, bragging fast.